Hello and good morning. This is Nick Mueller, founder and executive director of Cochise Chess. Thank you to the Friends of the Library and library staff for considering additional stipends for Cochise Chess. It's your generosity and thoroughness and dedication to all the offerings that make the Copper Queen Library a nationally renowned, nation-leading library, and it's our programs that play a strong role in that. I hope we can agree that going forward, Cochise Chess will be forever indebted to the efforts of the Friends of the Library and the library staff for making all our efforts possible from the start. So this is going to be a truncated version of the presentation that I'll give later this month in St. Louis at the first ever St. Louis Chess Conference put on by US Chess, the St. Louis Chess Club, and the Kasparov Foundation. So in brief, I know I've talked with many of you one-on-one multiple times, but I want to introduce myself again briefly and say that the reason why I started this chess program, and with much cooperation from Copper Queen Library staff, is because the kids in our area did not have a lot of intellectually stimulating activities during the summers, and that was the summer of 2022 that we began all this. And what we're really doing in the present is just continuing that mission for everyone in our county, whether they speak English or Spanish, whether they own a chessboard and pieces, or whether they can't afford one, whether they could travel to the Copper Queen Library because they've got a car, insurance, gas money, and so forth, or because they can't and they live in Elfrida. So we're really doing this for everyone, and that's what I hope to keep doing with your support. So our renewed mission is to elevate personal and community well-being through bilingual, inclusive educational chess programs and collaborative partnerships with local organizations. Foremost, of course, among those organizations is our very own Copper Queen Library here in Old Historic Bisbee. And I already mentioned how we started in the summer. And one summer later, we were trying to raise a little money to give chess sets to kids like M and Ryan. And it ended up that we gave away 10 tournament quality chess sets and had money left over to become a 501c3. And we had money left over after that, all those filings, to pay for transportation to 7 more locations that fall. So with that expansion came an expansion in demographics, primarily in the ethnicity of those we served and their gender. In these regards, Cochise Chess is really a nation-leading program. So overall demographics in Cochise County, according to the most recent census data, indicate that the majority of people living in the county are white, and there is a significant Hispanic contingent and smaller Asian and Black contingents. That said, our enrollment at the Copper Queen Library main branch more closely resembles the demographics in Cochise County as a whole. And yet, the location to which we rapidly expanded, the Douglas Public Library, nearly all the participants there are Hispanic. Most of them speak Spanish in the home, and many of them speak Spanish at the sessions there. So we had to adapt. And I think as much as Douglas is not much to do with the business of the Friends of the Library or the Copper Queen Library, I want to showcase that our program is adaptive, and part of that adaptation flows back to the Copper Queen Library's patrons and indeed our sponsors and the community as a whole. So going over to the demographics for our locations as a whole, we maintain a lot of flexibility because every location is distinct and requires its own strategy. And we began to see that at the Copper Crane Library. We have a lot of retirees, a lot of people who are late career as well, and also a lot of younger people. So those dynamics obliged us to be present and to attend to each individual's needs one-on-one as much as possible. We've been able to do that at the Copper Queen Library locations and locations throughout the county and northern Mexico because of that ethic, because we're approaching each interaction as something special to us, to the program, to the community. And we're able to tailor our efforts because we have a low student to teacher ratio. It's typically 5 to 1, sometimes less. And that allows for flexibility, adaptiveness, responsiveness in both instruction, in creating promotional materials, in creating instructional materials, in having discussions among highly educated professionals, including our team of experienced bilingual instructors, on how to best meet the needs of our members who are our patrons. So heading over to the next page, we're going to see that when we expanded in the fall of 2023, our demographics became a lot more diverse in terms of ethnicity. And I think that has actually enriched the program as a whole, not just at any one location, but how we gain volunteers who are willing to come from Douglas to Bisbee to help out our program and to actually offer some cultural exchange. Not a lot of patrons, just by virtue of living in Bisbee land, are going to interact with former Mexican government officials, university professors, and the like, who are in the process of visiting our country for other reasons or primarily to visit sessions at Cochise Chess. So cultural exchange, cooperation beyond and across borders is a key part of our program. And I would argue very few programs in our area offer that consistent international interaction. Going over to the next slide, we see that the composition of gender of our members is very high in terms of girls and women. I'm especially proud of this because the membership of the U.S. Chess Federation as a whole, across all the states, California over to Maine, Hawaii, Alaska, it's 13% girls and women, according to the latest research, the latest numbers. And I can say that because researchers at New York University have analyzed those numbers, and I confirmed those numbers with the senior leadership of US Chess and with the St. Louis Chess Club. So compared to what we've accomplished in a little over 2.25 years, it's remarkable. And that's because we're doing it by design. Because we have such a spread out county, county that's the size of Connecticut and Rhode Island combined, not even getting into the extent of the size of the state of Sonora, Mexico, we rely on social media heavily to reach all potential members, all potential patrons in a cost-effective and efficient manner. That means really that we've succeeded by way of an experiment. In the early days of sessions at the Copper Queen Library, we saw that many of the attendees were male, and that remains the case as of today. Our 236 members at the Copper Queen Library main branch are mostly male. It's about a little over 60%, I would say. So it seemed obvious, and it almost sounds stupid to say there was no need to advertise further to boys and men. So what we did was we targeted all our few Facebook ads, our Instagram ads. We targeted them all at women aged, I think it was 24 to 64 or 54. And that coincide closely with the rep. That's when the ads began, and that's when the diversity as a verb kicked off in terms of female membership, in terms of the membership of girls and women who are participating actively or passively at first among the moms and abuelitas, many of whom became active players later or active boosters later. There's going to be more Facebook data in the weeks to come. Frequently, we get something around 40,000 views of some kind or another on Facebook, which is our primary social media channel. So, in terms of the stipend, that's not something that you're paying for. That's something that you are getting for free. That all the promotional materials, those are free. Those are created by myself and our volunteer team. Likewise, for the data analysis and visualizations and the promotional materials and data analysis and visualizations would normally cost $40 to $50 an hour per per project. So there's a huge value there to the library and the friends of the library that you're getting just by awarding a couple stipends. And that is going to continue in our relationship going forward. We can talk about additional analysis that you all might like to see. And, I mentioned that uh, the analysis, the promotional materials, they're created by teams within the team. And that's where our success has come from, I believe, as an organization. We're open to collaboration every way. We have these small, flexible teams of highly educated, experienced professionals who can work with all sorts of backgrounds, educationally, demographically, and that's what we're going to keep doing going forward, is recruiting more experts, more experienced individuals, and collaborate more closely with organizations like the Friends of the Library and the library staff, because the dynamics of our library, of our county, of our city are really ever changing. And I think the freshness, the authenticity with which Cochise Chess approaches relationships, approaches collaboration, is going to be key to our success and the library's success going forward. And we hope that you'll continue to welcome us as partners in that endeavor. All right, that's it for me. I appreciate your attention to this matter, and I look forward to hearing from you very soon.